Hello friends, welcome back. Now in this lecture, we will learn how we can use a concept of cloning to build a clone of this sprite. So if we click here, you can see this sprite is moving to a random position somewhere, but the original sprite is there itself on its own position. So the new sprite that you are able to see every time are clones of original sprite. So this kind of concept is used in gaming. So we will learn how we can do cloning of sprites. Okay, so see in the lecture. We will use a butterfly sprite. So we will just put this sprite off and we'll go here. So we will use this sprite. Okay, and we will reduce the size of this sprite, right, to rather 50, and we will change the backdrop to jungle. This sprite is here, and we will start the event with this and a forever loop. So if we put a forever loop, this sprite will start. So we can create a clone. If you click here, you will see nothing is happening, but see, so many clones are getting created continuously. So we'll stop this. And now if we move it to a random position, see, so many clones are created. So this is used basically in gaming, like you want a ball to come continuously or a car to move continuously, something which has to happen continuously, we can use clones. So in gaming you can see the stages. In the stages there are some games in which only speed increases. So the concept is cloning. They have cloned everything and then they have increased the speed of the next clone, and so this is how games are built. So that's why we are learning this concept. So right now we have created so many clones. If we click again, we can see we have created so many clones. Now we want to work with separate clones. So what we will do, first of all, we will give a timer for creating a clone. So if we click here now, after 1 second a clone is being created. So we'll stop this and then we will work with the clone. So when I start as a clone, we are talking about this sprite. So we can show that clone and we can move it to a random position. Let's run it once. Okay, so after 1 second, a clone is being created. Now we have to do another thing. Once the clone is created, we have to delete this clone. Now let's see. This is the main sprite and these are the clones. So this clone is appearing after 1 second and it is getting disappeared. So after starting this, wait for 1 second, we can hide this. So let's go to look and let's hide it. Now if we run now, see, the first one is gone and we are just working with this one. So if we stop again, it is not visible. So what we can do is when the whole program stops, this first clone is visible. So for stopping, we can do one thing. We can use a space key to stop. So whenever we hit a space key, all the programs will be stopped and this clone will be visible. Right? So if we hit a space key now, this clone is visible. So if we run it, so these are different clones, and if we hit a space key, this clone is visible. So this is how we can use cloning. And now we can do one thing here. If we change the costume, so if we change the costume here, okay, so we can do one thing, we can shift to next costume. Now let's run this. So we can do another thing, we can keep it 0.5 and then we can go to next costume and we can put another 0.5 and then we will delete it. Now let's start it again. So it's looking like it's flying, right? So this is how it can be programmed. Let's stop it. We can do many things. If we go to looks and change size by 10. Okay, now we can do another thing. We can set a size to some random value. One 200. Okay, now see how interesting it is going to be. If we run it now, see, it is changing its size. So this cloning will be very handy in building games. So we will be using this in our game design. So this was all about cloning. We'll see you in the next lecture. Thank you.